The first gig. I plopped down on Mulligan's settee, which if anything feels a bit more alive than his cat. So what's all this about us playing with the Mekons, I ask, innocent as sperm in the Vatican. Dick's trying to scratch his bollocks through his leather trousers. I make a mental note to buy him a knitting needle for Christmas. Mulligan has shaved off one of his eyebrows again, but other than that, it's business as usual. He's wearing a kimono, black leather trousers with black docks, and he has bits of what look like transistor radio braided into his platinum dreadlocks. He's doing his best not to poke his eye out with a mascara brush. Yeah, well, maybe they don't actually know we're playing with them, do they, he says, but don't worry, I'll have a word with them, a bit of a chat, everything will be alright. In certain quarters, Mulligan is legendary for having a bit of a chat with people and everything being alright. The gift of the gab and a set of bollocks to match, that's Mulligan. The Mekons gig is at the Bournebrook Hotel, down in the beer cellar, a ratty, low-ceilinged horror of a place, full on Birmingham Bavarian styly. We slap on a bit more makeup and jump on a number 62 bus over to Selly Oak. Down into the beer cellar dungeon we go. Mulligan goes off to have his chat with the Mekons, who are setting up their gear. Me and Dick sit over in the corner and suck down a couple of pints. We have a bit of a look round. It's early yet, but clocking the other punters, I see my Elvis is fucking dead t-shirt and fake fur coat are definitely their dog's bollocks. Dick sits fidgeting and radiating menace, all black leather, everything, including the fingernails. Oi! Mulligan waves us over. We're on first. 5 songs. So where's your gear then? A Mekon wants to know. Me and Mulligan pull curly red guitar leads out of our pockets, and Dick twirls drumsticks out of nowhere. We were wondering if we could borrow yours, like, Mulligan says, and grins. 10 minutes before we're due to go on, and Dick and I have to piss big time. Not so much a question of nerves or anything, it's just those pints of Nat's Piss Brew 11 for the men of the sodding Midlands that we've sucked down. So upstairs we go to the gents, which is stinking up the corridor outside the saloon bar. The saloon bar is full of British Leyland track workers, swilling it down and setting fire to their fingers to prove how hard they are. Me and Dick are standing in the ammonia puke stench taking a leisurely piss, when we hear a voice behind us, slurred and thick with menace. What the fuck am that doing in the gents? Aye, girls, the ladies is downstairs, booms a second voice. Oh, very fucking funny, you cunt, Dick says. Ha, sodding ha, tossers, I say. What did yo say, yo bleeding queer? Dick turns from the tile smiling. Your missus didn't think I was very bleeding queer last night. I don't have time to even laugh, much less brace myself or zip up. My face is slammed into the tiles and everything goes to fuck. I get hit, I try to hit back. I get kicked, I try to kick back. But there are fists and boots everywhere. It doesn't take long. It's over really quickly, which is probably just as well. As suddenly as it started, it stops and they're gone. The lads from the bar are already back in the saloon bar, laughing over a fresh pint of slop about the fun they had with the queers in the bog. I'm down on all fours, my cheek against the tiles. I struggle up from piss-stained knees, wobbling, waiting to see how badly I'm hurt. I can taste blood and my lips feel like old inner tubes. I see a pair of black leather legs sticking out of a stall. Dick's lying on his back, head propped against a crusty brown toilet bowl. One of his eyes is already starting to close and his nose is streaming blood. You alright? I ask him. My mouth feels broken. He's grinning up at me. Hello, darling, he says. Come here often, do you? Limping like beaten dogs, we stagger from the gents, back down into the beer cellar. Where the bleeding hell have you been, Mulligan? I swear on in. He notices the damage. Nowhere, Dick says. He grins and winces. We were just upstairs in the gents, putting some makeup on, like. Yeah, I point to my ruined mouth. Lipstick and that. We play our 5 songs, one of them twice as an encore, and 14 minutes later, we're out of the door, up the stairs and gone, with the applause still ringing behind us. Better leg it, in case them prats from the saloon bar fancy another couple of rounds, Mulligan says. We run down onto the Bristol Road and hop on a bus. Upstairs we go for a smoke, sprawled across the back seat. Dick magics a bottle of vodka out of his jacket. He takes a swig, winces, and hands me the bottle. I thought it went quite well, really, he says, ever the sodding optimist.